It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. So we got to talk about Jasmy because I just stumbled across the polls and the percentages and the voting, right? And it kind of blew my mind. And I would argue the people in the comments, especially the Jasmy community, is the Jasmy community actually succumbing to voting to get Jasmy delisted off Binance? Has it come to the point where the Jasmy community is fed up with Binance and they believe that the only option here is just getting off of Binance? Because what kind of blew my mind here, right? So we are seeing a little bit of a pullback, and I talked about this in the live stream. I know everybody wanted to be really, really bullish. I'm still concerned where all the new money will be coming from in crypto, besides just from an institutional whale standpoint or the wish-washiness of money and liquidity from these market makers. Because from my opinion and my sentiment, I'm not sure if retail bags is actually right to consistently keep buying crypto. So I would argue, right, the only way we could see this massive altcoin season if we truly get in an environment where the monetary policy is not restricted and maybe end up in QE. But let's talk about Jasmy, right? Because it seems like Jasmy is actually one of the highest tokens here on the polls, right? It's 11% chance. And if you got to catch up, Jasmy fan, Binance, who has us in the monitoring zone, they also have a delisting zone here, and they're allowing the communities, right, community versus community, to actually vote on which token to be delisted. Now, what goes into these delistings is a plethora of different things. Maybe it's token not living up to the hype as far as utility, constant progression. Maybe it's market making. They don't have a market maker. Maybe it's not enough volume. Who knows, right? But these are the tokens that have been selected, and I believe there's another list with a whole another bunch of tokens. But we're going to talk about this, right? Which is amazing because we are seeing Jasmy literally second behind only the FTX token, which is FTT, right? And no one can convince me that any of these tokens below Jasmy that are not getting votes to get delisted are better from a fundamental standpoint. When we talk about team, utility, Jasmy is a depend project. You can generate revenue through the secure PC, and it falls into one of the most growing industries, the big data market. AI can't grow without data, so you need the big data market, and they're actually doing things a little bit different, allowing people to have sovereign in control over their data through lockups and monetization. So you can't convince me that any of these tokens below are better than Jasmy, right? And Jasmy, in my opinion, shouldn't even be close to the FTX token. But to be fair, right, Jasmy did have a cataclysmic sell-off crash, right? And I believe it was because of the tokenomics. And maybe Binance is still kind of messed up about the tokenomics because maybe they lost money, or maybe they don't like the fact that a lot of their community may have lost money or complaining and lost money, or maybe it's just one culture that believed in Jasmy, right? And now they're really, really upset about that whole distribution and huge unlock that Jasmy had. That kind of is the reason why we're here today. But there were a lot of people like myself that got into Jasmy, right, around the floor level, 203, and we were able at the heights to be up 20x at the heights. Of course, since the Ethereum downtrend, Jasmy has cooled off a little bit, right? And in my opinion, I don't think Jasmy will actually pump until Ethereum pumps. But here's the kicker. Now the market is starting to warm up again, but Jasmy seems to be going through FUD here, right? Now, this is I believe the latest voting right here, right? So, they had, GPS and FTT was above Jasmy according to the morning. So I don't know if this, Jasmy is second or third, but I know it's been top three in the voting, which is crazy. And I know, and my question to the community out here is the community finally capitulating and say, hey, we don't even want to be on Binance, right? Do we truly need Binance to succeed? I would argue we don't, but we can't deny that there's a large group of people that hold Jasmy on Binance, at least 10% of the supply, which is absolutely insane, right? Now, taking a look at Jasmy from a chart perspective, the RSI, stock RSI to be precise, is absolutely bottom out. But we do got a stock RSI cross here, but it's literally dead, right? It's literally dead. There's no movement. People are calling manipulation, whatever, right? In fact, Binance had a insider that's under investigation for manipulation on a whole different other project, I believe, Move, right? So there are rumblings that there's a lot of inside jargon, allegedly. I don't know. I'll put that out there. I don't know what happens with Binance, market makers, Wintermute, and whatever, right? But there's always been rumblings and allegedly about it. So just keep that in mind. I know a lot of people look at a delisting as the ultimate slap in the face and ultimate bearishness, but it's not as bad as us crypto people make it seem. We just overreact on everything. In fact, sometimes a project needs to get delisted if the demand isn't there, because you don't want to continue to fork out capital for market making fees and to create volume, all type of weirdo stuff that happens in crypto that sometimes is best to just move on from the exchanges, especially in an era of crypto where retail seems to now be buying on chain, so they don't necessarily need an exchange unless you're holding like blue chips and stuff like that. But even blue chips, you can self custody. So Jasmy right now is feeling the pressure, right? It's back here at critical support, right? The 786 was about 1-2 penny 1-2, and we got the cross, but no confirmation yet, right? I would pay attention to Ethereum. Ethereum has a stock RSI cross, and we've known that when Ethereum pumps Jasmy's an ERC20 token. But what do we need for Ethereum to pump? Well, on I don't believe at the time of this video, the market hasn't opened. But as of yesterday in the pre-markets, you are seeing the stock market kind of rebound. So the stock market seems to have likening of Trump and his, the way that he's easing off of the tariffs. Of course, we don't know how the tariffs will possibly look in the next, 7 to 14 days, but the stock market seems to be reacting positively. Now, a lot of people do believe that this is a fake out because in my opinion, I'm trying to figure out where this liquidity is coming from, but we can't deny that there are a lot of wealthy people. There's a lot of leaks. There's a lot of people that probably want to shake out normies like us so they can buy up all the dips and make all the money, and we just get left with crumbs to scalp or end up buying into the pumps or at the tops and not really getting that maximum potential from your investment. So just a shaky market. We'll need more information. Maybe the Fed comes out, speaks. Jay Powell comes out a little bit dovish, has a Fed minutes. We don't have an FOMC meeting next month. Maybe Trump, he's been talking about actually making some configurations to the tariffs. So maybe they're not as bearish as people tend to say, but at the end of the day, the crypto market itself is really, really lacking liquidity and really can use a shot of liquidity so we can get new retail in, right? Because people are a little shaky. They don't want they want to put their taxes in crypto. Some people want to put their taxes in crypto. They just don't want to lose the money by putting their taxes in crypto. So crypto is just a very shaky environment, right? We're seeing runners, right, on Sol. All the news that we're getting with Sol, Trump buying up Sol, BlackRock buying up Sol, right? All of this bullish news in crypto, the crypto.com ETF. Yet price movements have been minimum. So it does come down to the liquidity and overall sentiment of retail new people. Or people that will they come back to crypto after what happened in the last, 12 months or 2 to 3 months, what happened in the last 2 to 3 months after the massive capitulation we've seen from some of these memes. So we'll continue to monitor Jasmy, Ethereum, and even the stock market. On the 3-day, you can see Jasmy right here at confirmation for the stock RSI, but looking to get rejected, which is frankly not a good thing, guys. We still haven't got a MACD cross on the 3-day, and the RSI is still bearish. I'm taking a look at some of the volume here. You can see we are getting more buying volume opposed to selling value. I believe this is on DEX, but if we go to 7-day, you can see the 7-day volume far, almost 2 times outshadows the buy volume on the 7-day. So there's no, you can't argue that this is creating unnecessary FUD. And I'm not going to call manipulate. I don't know. I don't like to use those type of words without, concrete evidence. And so much things gets thrown out here in crypto without concrete evidence. Guys, we got to start having concrete evidence and holding people accountable for sharing misinformation. So with that being said, we'll just have to continue to monitor the situation. Let me know what you think about Jasmy and it being top 3 on the polls. Guys, is this concerning? Should we be concerned, right? Or is it a nothing burger as far as Jasmy getting delisted? And again, read the disclaimer, guys. Just because you're number one on the polls or you're getting a lot of votes, it says, while we value and take into consideration the vote results, the voting result will not be the sole deciding factor to determine the final delisting decision, which is crazy. Why even do this if it's not really the community's decision, right? We already know if it comes down to like validators and stuff, these exchanges are normally centralized, as we've seen from Crow. But monitoring the project is still undergoing evaluation, and the decision will be determined by Binance based on our official review and process and standards. Additionally, the delisting timeline will depend on Binance's procedures. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. It's your boy, Crypto Millie. I'll see you the next one.